Okay. Oh, there's a car too, huh? Okay. Anybody with us yet? Let's stick try to that one. We're just gonna go over to its gear. It's probably a good idea. Go to the northwest side, point it to the right into the wind. That'll make it a little easier. That was weird. Go ahead, Jeff. Stop talking, please. The anchors are going to toss, I take it then? Okay, so it's an anchor toss. Stop talking. How much time do they want me to spend? 10 seconds, over. Okay. So you're either going to have to start wide or start really tight. In addition to the flame and the pallet. It's let me start tight. It always like seem like that. To the top of your screen. Right in there. Yeah, Riverside County Firefighters are trying their best to contain a massive pallet yard fire off the Ramona Expressway at Webster Avenue in Perris, but the winds are a major concern. go to the right a little bit, Dan. Let's get where the firefighters are set up. I'm just trying to see what could start on fire there. Go to the right a little bit more and open up. It's just 215. Okay, part of the yard. Okay. Push in right up there on the top of the screen. There you go. I think that's a really good shot. It shows the power. Just go really tight. Unless we lose the flame or something. Okay, 1 minute. Let's see, find some better flames. Let's sort of go around a little bit, maybe. Yeah, anywhere in there, tight on those pallets or what else there. Maybe to the right a little bit. Looks like a little flare. A little further. There you go. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, that looks like a structure burn, huh? Yeah, boy, it certainly is, Leslie. It's really hard to contain these types of fires. I think it's about a half acre or more that is on fire right now. You can see how these pallets are stacked up on top of each other, thousands of them. It looks like a structure may have burned. Several vehicles, forklifts will come out and give you a wide shot. This is in Perris, right off Webster Avenue and the Ramona Expressway, which is all east of the 215. It won't affect your drive on the 215, but the Ramona Expressway has been shut down. There's some concern. There were a couple of explosions reported. They think there were propane tanks, so that restricts firefighters from actually getting in there and starting to put this out. Usually they get a bulldozer in. That will certainly help. We think that's on the way. But water cannons right now from Riverside County Fire just trying to stop this fire from spreading. We'll give you a wide shot, some perspective. It is a massive fire at this point in time, and the winds have picked up a little bit out of the north, so there is some concern about hot embers maybe spreading to another spot, but it's an industrial area. That's good news. Most of the structures are metal structures, so that helps. But they have a battle on their hands, and it's going to take some time to really knock this down completely. From Air 7HD, I'm Scott Reif, ABC 7 Eyewitness News. Okay. It's hard to believe. they 24/7? Okay, very good. Stand by. This time we'll start with that tree. I'd like to show the wind. That's a nice shot. The flame next to that tree. There we go. Let's see. Let's look around. Open up a little bit. I'll go left. Not too much. I'm looking for stuff in there. Push in a little bit right there to the left, right. What is that right there? Push straight in. Dumpsters, okay. Go left, circle around for vehicles. We can show a vehicle. Tilt up a little bit, maybe. Look around for smoke out. Yeah, keep going left. I think that's where the vehicle was, more towards the... There's a trailer. Keep going left. I think it was... Open up your picture a little bit. See, there it is. Yeah, the other one was down to our left, I believe, if I remember correctly, right in there somewhere. Okay, start with the tree. And the fire and flames into the tree. Give me a lower it a little bit. Give me a tight shot of the flames, and we'll tilt up to the tree. Yeah, anywhere in there. Left a little bit, maybe. Seems like a little bigger flare up to the left. There we go. Alrighty. Yeah, Leslie, and it is a big one. You know, and the trick to these pallet fires is just trying to contain it, but we have some wind, and I'll show you, as we come out of this shot, you can see how the tree is moving there. It gives you an idea what the wind is doing. Aloft up here in the helicopter, we do not feel that, but down on the ground, it looks like 15, maybe even 20-mile-an-hour gusts coming out of the northeast. So that's the trick here to try and contain this before it spreads to any other structures. But this is a massive fire right now because there's still a lot of fuel down in there to burn. Some propane tanks exploded. A couple of cars have been charred right down to the frame, as well as a couple of forklifts, and they actually had some explosions they believe were propane tanks. So it's Riverside County Fire, third alarm, right off the Ramona Expressway, just east of the 215. Ramona Expressway is shut down, a good detour around it, and the 215 is not affected. But right now they're just trying to contain this and try and get it completely under control, but with the winds it can be tricky. From Air 7 HD, I'm Scott Reif, ABC 7 Eyewitness News. Seven. Oh, well, that's any good. So without them, I guess we go to Ontario, but they're not open. San Bernardino. Okay, we've got a tease coming up. They were talking up here. We were talking about something different. How far out to the tease? 3 minutes, about 3.5 to the tease. Pitch on. Armando, you up on microwave? Yeah. The Ramona Expressway, just east of the 215. Not a big deal as you get alternate around it. The 215 is not affected. Armando, you still with us? time at desk, Air 7 Armando. Can you come up on microwave if you have a moment? What do we have, about 45 minutes? Depending on where we go. Hey, so we've got approximately 45 minutes, 40 minutes, depending on where we head. We're trying to work out fuel, but, you know, we don't know of any place out here that fuels until 7. So, it does. Last time we checked here at Ontario, they come in at 7. That include, we're working on it. Their March opens up, but not till 7. San Bernardino, I don't think's open till 7. Okay, maybe we might have found a place that opens at 6. We're looking. I'm just trying to, we're going to make some calls. Last time we were in Ontario, they didn't open till 7. They may open at 6. We're working on it, but we've only got about, if we go to Ontario, we probably have about 30 minutes here. Sound about right to you? Okay, we'll keep you updated. We think we have around, if we go to Ontario, which is pretty close, we probably have around 40 minutes before we have to leave. That gets us almost to the 6. Well, we were hoping that maybe they'll fuel us at 6, but it's a possibility that we might not be able to get fuel till 7. We're working on it, but I just want to let you know. And what about Guardian in Ontario? Are they checking? Yeah, good luck. We're going to call them at 20 after 6, and they plan on coming in at 7. And Guardian opened at 6, but yeah, they didn't open the doors till 7. Last time you were there. Palm Springs will take you. Picture only for the keys. Oceanside. Yeah. I do, go ahead. I don't think that's going to do us much good unless you just want to go sit down and then come back up and do the 6 and then have to leave. We can go into March. It's right here. It's closed. I mean, we can do this, go shut down, and then come back up at 6, I guess, and we'd have 15 minutes over the fire. Okay, yeah, we should know something. Right, well, we can go into March, shut down, close you. Oh, yeah. 2 minutes for a talker, okay. Okay. Our side is still the best side, so that's the best shot. Oh yeah, look at that taking off. That's a cool shot. Are they really? Yeah, it could be. I can't tell. They do look like check. Go back to it. It's cool. If they keep howling like that. Actually, start wider and then just go right to that. There you go. That's pretty cool. Yeah, Leslie, you know, there's just so much fuel in a fire like this, and there's all sorts of things on the yard. We think these are big tractor tires that are on fire on the south side of the yard itself. But we'll come out and give you a wide shot here. Started about 3 o'clock this morning. We're in Perris at Webster Avenue and the Ramona Expressway, and it's about a 2-acre yard. Most of it, the majority of it is on fire. Some propane tanks had exploded. There's a lot of fuel here and some wind out of the north, so it's a tricky fire to actually put out and contain. Riverside County has gone to a third alarm. They have over 45 firefighters here on scene. From Air 7 HD, I'm Scott Rife, ABC 7 Eyewitness News. Tower is open then? They're 24/7? Yeah. Say that again? It goes just to the tower. When does it? And so when the TCA is in effect, you have to talk to approach or something? Okay. That's a good question. I'm really not sure. I'd have to look at a map. Okay, very good. But I sig out or send it back to the Empress? Very good. I want to start right in there, that's good, tight, and then open up, and I want to show that shot where I was talking about the strategy to put as much water on it as possible to show the pallets that aren't burning any longer. Copy that, Chad. That shot you had a moment ago. Then we'll just open back up. See a car or something pushing through. Hold on, here we go. Talk to you about after the hit. Right. Well, it's calmed down a little bit, but the wind is a concern, and you can see how much fuel there is. See all those pallets stacked on top of each other, and once a whole stack really starts to take off, it's pretty difficult to contain. We'll give you a wide shot. There's a massive fire. It's a large pallet yard, but there's some cars in there, some propane tanks that exploded, a forklift or two that has burned right down to the frame. And you can see here, right off the Ramona Expressway and Webster Avenue, you can see the strategy by firefighters to get as much water on this as possible. But once again, the winds out of the north are concerned. So far, it looks pretty good, at least in the last couple of minutes. For Bear 7HD, I'm Scott Wright. Leslie, Phillip. What does that mean? Armando, you still with us? We've got, okay, pictures coming up top. We think we're going to have fuel at March. We're only a couple of moments away in 20 minutes. That's what we have been told, and March is only 2 or 3 minutes away. Flight time is right next to it. Just let us know when you'd like us to go. I see that John got there and there's no more wind. I'll do 10 seconds and stop talking. Wow. And Riverside County firefighters really trying to get a handle on that pallet yard fire, but it's a big one right off the Ramona Expressway east of the 215. It's a third alarm fire, started about 3 o'clock this morning. Pretty cool. That's great. Yeah, a lot of oil in there, huh? Yep. Okay. All right, sounds good. Okay, Deb, how much time do I have? 30 again? 45, nice. Give me a tight shot. Well, give me this. This looks good. And then go straight to those tires that are burning. Then pan to the left. I'll talk about the tree not moving any longer, that the winds look pretty good. Okay, stand by. There you go. tilt up a little wider. Yeah, Philip, it's a large yard right off the Ramona Expressway and the 215. A couple of things are going on here. A lot of the fuel is already burned. They just try and contain these, but look at what's going on here as some large tractor tires are burning on the south side of this fire, and it gives you an idea how hot and how intense the fire actually is. But as we come out of this shot, I don't know if you remember our picture earlier this morning, that tree right there was howling earlier. It was bent over, the wind's out of the north. Now it's calm, so you got kind of a shift in the winds. They've actually calmed down a bit. That helps firefighters a lot. For the most part, they're just surrounding it, getting as much water on it as they can. Inside, there were some propane tanks that exploded. We saw a couple of cars or trucks that had burned right down to the frame. The Ramona Expressway east of the 215 is shut down. The 215, though, is not affected. Travel on the 215 is fine. From Air 7HD, I'm Scott Reif, ABC 7 Eyewitness News. Yeah, we were going to stay until 45, I guess, and then after 45, there might be a hit around there, and we're going to go to get fuel. What time did we get here? About 4:30? We've been here. Yeah, we've been here an hour probably. So it's close to it. Sig out at the end and another 45 or 30. Yeah, Philip, it's the pallet fire we've been watching. Started about 3 o'clock this morning. We've been here for about an hour, and it looks a little better than it did earlier when we had some pretty high winds out of the north. Now the winds are calm. But Riverside County Fire went to a third alarm. It's right off the Remote Expressway east of the 215. They're really just trying to surround it and stop the fire from spreading. They've done a great job of that. A lot of the fuel is already burned. We did see a couple of vehicles that were charred down to the frame, and so some concern were propane tanks on the property that had exploded. That sort of restricted some of the firefighters actually getting onto the yard itself and fighting the fire from there. But things look a little better than they did earlier. From Air 7 HD, I'm Scott Reif, ABC 7 Eyewitness News. Let's go get Sid. All right, Deb, we're going to get fuel.